Hey, one more thing before you go. This week, we wanted to try something a little bit different. We spent so much time talking about stories on screen, but some of the most meaningful moments don't happen in the films and television. They happen in the quiet and in the in between, in places we almost overlook, like breakfast. Breakfast is one of our favorites.
Breakfast is my
It's
favorite.
almost like Elf.
Elf sugar is
Elf
my
sugar,
favorite.
my favorite.
Breakfast is my favorite.
Breakfast is my favorite.
I can eat breakfast all day.
So there's something about the way the day begins, the first sip of coffee, the first sip of tea, the first sound of a kitchen, or the feeling of sitting across from someone you care about that stays with you. So today we're talking about breakfast, not just what we eat, but what it means, the rituals, the memories, the difference between staying in and going out, because we prefer, we like to do both, but we
Yeah.
have some very strict rules on both, right?
Yes, we do. We're very picky.
And
We're
why
very
something is so simple can feel so much like home. I'm Michael,
And I'm Diane.
and this is One More Thing Before You Go, Over the Teacup Sunday. Hey, Diane, there's something about breakfast that feels like a possibility, right? It's the only meal of the day that hasn't been touched yet. There's nothing gone wrong, nothing's decided. It's like a beginning.
Yeah.
And I think it's why certain mornings stay with us, not because of what was on the table, but because of how it felt to kind of be there. What do you think?
Yes. I think, well, yeah, I wake up hungry, so. Do you think that's why breakfast is such a memory meal?
I think so. And that's that, look, even with friends, I think family, friends, it's always let's gather at the breakfast table. Let's go to breakfast. Let's go have coffee. Let's go to breakfast
Or brunch.
or brunch. But
Yeah.
typically, yeah.
Yeah.
But typically we go to breakfast with our friends. And when the kids are here, one of the favorite thing that we do is go to breakfast,
That's true.
right?
Well, if they're willing to wake up and go.
If they're
yes.
willing to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, because there's like one place we go and it's pretty far away.
It is.
And the reason we go there is because of we have one certain server that we always ask for her section. We
Yes.
don't like it when she's not there.
Which we'll talk about here in a
Yes.
little bit.
And so we have to leave early and the kids sometimes don't like that.
But I cook a pretty good breakfast.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
So, do you think that's why breakfast touch your memory meal? That's what you asked?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I think that we remember certain mornings forever, and I think that comes about sitting around the table like we are really having conversations about, is sitting around the table, gathering at the table, memories from the table. Breakfast is where so many of our earliest memories live. Family kitchens, grandparents, weekend rituals, holidays.
And what's a breakfast memory that shaped you?
You're going to laugh.
Probably.
When I first perfected how to make a crepe.
That was very recent. I was thinking childhood.
No, look, I was a very unique breakfast kid. Okay, honestly.
Okay.
And we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Okay, when I was a kid, well, you too, but they had stuff like Lucky Charms and
Sorry. It's about to go in your mouth. I saved you. You're welcome.
speaking of breakfast.
Well, it's protein.
So, but as a kid, we go to the store, and my brother wanted like the sugar, everything sugar.
Yeah.
That's when Count Chocula was good.
Count Chocula.
Count Chocula, and what was some of the other ones like Lucky Charms,
Wasn't there
Cocoa
something called
Puffs.
Sugar Corn Crisp or
Sugar
something?
Corn Crisp.
I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, everything. Sugar,
I was not a
sugar,
cereal
sugar.
kid.
You
I
weren't a
was
cereal kid?
not a cereal kid. I thought it was the most disgusting thing to put milk on cereal and then it would get soggy and blah. I just when I was really little, I was very, 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 very picky. I remember the fight it took to get me to eat toast. Literally.
Wow.
I know, shocking, because I love bread now.
Well, here's one I'll throw you. I've told you this before. As a kid, I'm talking about 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, I didn't go for the sugar cereal.
Yeah.
I went for the Raisin Bran, okay, or the Wheaties.
Okay, well, but
Raisin
they
Bran,
they sort of geared, maybe not Raisin Bran. They had that cartoon, the Sun, right? It was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
cartoon. It was doing this
Yeah,
two
yeah.
scoops of raisin. So that's kind of geared toward kids, I guess. And Wheaties had the sports people on the box, so that was kind of geared. I mean,
Yeah,
that's not weird,
too
too
far
weird,
fetched.
right?
But most kids, I mean, my brother
Oh yeah, most
would
kids are
throw a fit
sugar.
if he wanted to eat those, or if you put those in front of him, or Cheerios or something like that. And to this day, I'm still that guy.
Yeah, you are. You don't like the sugary.
I don't like that
Well,
kind of
let me.
stuff.
So when somebody finally, I think I was probably pressured by my friends or something about, well, you're just weird. You don't eat cereal. So I don't know how my mom allowed me to do this, but I remember having Rice Krispies, but instead of pouring the milk and hearing the snap crackle pop, I had sugar. I just I just poured sugar into it like it was milk,
Yes.
and I would literally take the spoon of Rice Krispies, and it was full of sugar and Rice Krispies. The spoon.
Holy
I
smokes.
know.
Wow.
It's amazing that my teeth are as okay as they are. I don't know how my mom allowed that, but anyway,
That's crazy.
yeah. So when I finally did eat cereal, I was eating grape nuts. I
Well,
never did eat the
well,
real sugary cereals either.
yeah, say grape nuts is good. But yeah, but and you've evolved from that. But you mix like three different cereals right
When I
now.
was eating cereal, yeah, I don't eat cereal anymore because it literally hurts my stomach to eat anything like that now. But yeah, I
Yeah,
was eating like
you mix
I
like
was mixing cereals. It was good.
yeah, mix three different cereals. So do you think breakfast conversations are different from conversations at any other time of day?
Well, yeah, because people are half asleep. So
Well, I mean, I think half asleep. Plus, I think it allows us to kind of have a real conversation before you don't have to complain about anything. You don't have to say, man,
wait, no.
this sucked, that sucked.
We are certainly complaining in the morning. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, my knee. Oh, my
Diff-
hip. And then we're comparing our sleep scores. So, and if it's a bad sleep score,
Different kind of complaining, I guess.
I'm depressed if it's a bad sleep score. So,
But one of my favorite memories, honestly, one of my favorite. I love like when I was still on a job and I was still working. There were two favorite memories during that time period. One is when I was working graveyard shifts, especially, and my team, we'd go to breakfast.
yeah.
Our debriefing was
Yeah, it was
breakfast.
breakfast. Yeah.
And there were a couple of really good places that we would
When
go,
you
and
were
the fire
eating.
department, even the fire department would show up, and the whole. It's like I'm sure the bad guys knew that.
Yeah, you probably needed to
Certain time of
spread that
day.
out a little bit.
All the cops and all the firefighters are all in this one restaurant, eating
Yeah.
breakfast. But that, and then when you used to come down the pass, because we lived up in the mountains, and then we both worked down the pass. You'd come down the pass and meet me, and we'd go to that bagel shop in West Colorado.
Oh, God, I love that bagel
Had bagel
place.
sandwiches,
Yeah.
and had good
Just
bagels.
they had a sourdough bagel
Yeah,
that was so good, and I'd take it to work and toast it and put butter on it, and it was the
Yeah.
best. That was that simple.
but we'd eat breakfast there. We
Yeah.
would eat breakfast before you went to work, and
Yeah.
with that time, that was great time because we had split moments where we could take a few moments for ourselves. You were going to work, I was going home, and it kind of worked. I think it was good. And sometimes when I worked day shift, I'd meet you down there on your way down and things like that. But anyway,
Yeah.
I think it was pretty. But we'll get into the differences within that here. But let's talk about staying in, like the slow, the familiar, the comforting mornings, and things like that.
Yeah, I prefer to stay in. What does a perfect slow Sunday morning look like for you?
I well, you know that I'm a morning guy.
Yeah.
I like to get up in the morning anyway. I like to every morning. I do like to get up, get my tea, and even if nobody else is up,
Yeah.
I get up, I get my tea, and I go out on the back patio and just listen to the birds and watch the sunrise. And you join me out there eventually. But
Yeah.
that's
I'm
that's
usually not up when you are.
but that is my
Well, if I'm going to work, I'm up way before you. But on the weekends, yeah.
yeah. Well, it's Sunday. You asked me about Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Well, I mean, I do this during the week too. Even when you're getting ready for work, I'm on the back patio as often as I can be on the back patio, sitting in the chair and, kind of with Charlie.
Sorry.
Kind of
That bug just keeps trying to fly in your mouth. Okay, sorry.
That's okay. So yeah, let's. I think that for me, it's that I really appreciate that. I used to love the smell of coffee in the morning, but I don't drink coffee anymore. But fresh brewed coffee is kind of like like wow, yeah, that smells good.
Well, I think that goes back to childhood. I mean, I would imagine for you too, but That's
I don't know.
if I if
My mom made some pretty. My mom made coffee. You could
oh
stick a spoon in and stand up.
okay, well, maybe not that. I do remember that. That's a childhood memory for me is smelling the coffee brewing because my parents drank coffee. They still do.
Well,
I don't. I don't. I've never liked the taste of coffee, but
but you love the smell of it.
man, I love the smell of
Wait,
coffee.
when I was, especially when I was still working, you used to make coffee for me in the morning when I was still drinking
Yeah,
coffee, and you get up and make it, and you'd make it because
love the smell of it.
you love the smell of it, and that would kind of wake me up.
Yeah.
But fully awake, the quiet of the house, the ritual of making something simple yet meaningful. You know what I mean?
Do you think cooking breakfast for someone is a love language?
Absolutely.
That's your love language is cooking for people. Cooking for me
Well,
is
you
like
and
your
the
love language.
kids and everybody else. I think for me. I mean, I learned that growing up in that Italian environment that I grew up in. That it is a love language. When you make good food and people enjoy the food, and you have conversations, you can eat while you're talking, while you're eating that food, and people can enjoy it.
Yeah.
That to me, it's satisfying. It gives me a good feeling from the soul inside out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course, I enjoy you cooking. My waistline, not so much, but that's a whole nother problem. But yeah, I mean, I can see why it. I can see why that is.
Well, and
And you
I,
enjoy cooking too.
I do.
I do not enjoy
I
cooking.
do enjoy
I don't
cooking.
see the. I don't see the. I don't see it. I love eating. I don't like cooking. So
Well, there's something intimate about it to me, and you're starting someone's day off with care, and I think that from that perspective, it is that's where the love comes into it, and when you cook something, what I learned from these
okay, this bug is really gonna.
Italian women that are cooking, and the guys too. I mean, Roberto and Giovanni and Sergio and these people. It's when you set a plate down in front of somebody, and they take their first bite, and you can see joy on their face. It brings you joy. It brings me joy
I will believe
from
you.
that
I
perspective. You
will
know what I
believe
mean?
you. Yeah. I probably already know this answer, but what is your go-to breakfast when you're cooking for someone else? Not
What,
just me. Not just me. Just anybody.
well, see, that would depend because I do like to make omelets. I love to make omelets, especially ones with cream and folded nicely and fluffy and that kind of a thing. I love to make crepes,
Yes, you do.
and I love to make crepes that are like savory crepes. So, not just the ones with the desserty stuff in them,
Yeah, I
but
don't like those.
where you put
Honestly,
no, you
I
don't.
don't like the
My
dessert
sister
ones.
does.
Yeah, I don't like the dessert ones.
Nikki
I like the
does.
savory ones.
Nikki does,
Yeah.
and Caitlin I think does.
The sweet ones.
But yes, but I like to make where I make hash browns, and then bacon for you, and then you put the hash browns in, you put the bacon in,
Cheese.
you put the eggs, nice fluffy scrambled eggs, especially the ones made with a cream and mushrooms and onions, and some a little
Mozzarella cheese.
mozzarella cheese and a little bit of fines herbs or
Fresh basil.
herbs de Provence
Or fresh basil.
or French basil, and then you wrap that in a crepe and you cover it with syrup. It's like, yes, that's what I like cooking for people.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite breakfast too, I guess.
Yeah.
We also like to make skillets.
And we love to make skillets,
Yeah,
yes.
love
Yeah,
skillets.
especially with nice roasted potatoes, the roasted diced potatoes, mushrooms and onions and broccoli and
Yeah.
zucchini and stuff like that. And then everything, the scrambled egg or an omelet put on top of it with,
And I like that. It's funny because that takes me back to a skillet, even though we're making it, takes me back to the Works skillet
yeah.
at Village Inn,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
where we met. So I think it's all just tied into all that.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I mean, I used to go in there. I love their skillets there in the first place. I mean,
Me
then
too.
back when we met, 37 and a half, almost 38 years ago was when we met. The skillets from Village Inn were different. They were a lot bigger.
They were bigger. They were piled high. Yeah.
Yeah.
And lots of cheese and they were so good.
But they were good. But
No,
yeah,
they're not so great anymore. But anyway, I don't know, whatever.
and sometimes we have breakfast for dinner. because of that.
I love breakfast for dinner.
Because
I
of
think
that.
that's like the best idea. Breakfast for dinner at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
That's my love language right there. I just figured out my love language. I have it's been driving me nuts. I don't know what my love language is. That's my love language. Breakfast for dinner at 4:30 in the afternoon.
That and
Makes me so
savory
happy.
crepes in the
And
morning.
savory crepes in the morning. Makes me very happy.
Well, what about you? What's a breakfast tradition from your childhood that still lives in your kitchen? Because I don't believe I mean, I knew that you really didn't eat breakfast as a
I didn't
kid,
eat
like
food.
normal.
I didn't eat food.
So do you have anything that you
No,
really?
no. I don't. You know, I can remember the coffee brewing. I just remember them fighting with me a lot to eat, just to eat. God, I wish I had that problem now. Oh, jeez. It's not fair.
Well, I miss coffee brewing as well. I mean, I miss coffee. I do. I used to drink coffee
know.
before I drink tea because of my arthritis. I had to stop drinking coffee. But I did get an espresso machine, and there are some Nespressos that I can drink. I do love those.
I
do
don't
like
think
that.
that you can smell it as much with
But
those, though.
you don't really. I mean,
Not
you do
that,
if you're
like-
right next to the machine.
Oh.
You kind of smell it that way, but it doesn't
It
permeate
doesn't
the house.
feel right. It doesn't fill the kitchen with
Yeah,
the smell like we
like it
used to
used
have.
to.
Yeah, so that's kind of a bummer.
Well, you mentioned earlier about going out. So let's talk about going out to breakfast because, going out is a whole different kind of an experience. And you can learn a lot about someone just by how they do breakfast. And are you the kind of person who loves staying in the slow mornings, the familiar routine, or maybe the same thing every time? Or do you want to go out, sit somewhere, be around people, let the energy of the place wake you up? Because it's not just about the food. It's about how you meet the day, right?
Yeah, so this is a hard one for me. I love the one place we go. It's just really far away and we have to leave really, really early. And there are some mornings I wake up and I'm just like not into it. But most of the time we're going there, we're meeting somebody.
We're meeting people.
So have to.
Yeah.
So I guess for me, it just depends on how I woke up.
And that kind of goes back to what we said earlier with family and friends. It is when you go out, you either typically, I mean, occasionally, of course, especially when you get to an older age, a lot of times you go out to lunch or brunch. But typically, if you go out with people, it's either go for breakfast or you go for dinner.
Yeah.
It's one of the other.
Yeah.
I almost prefer going to breakfast with somebody than going to dinner with
Yeah.
somebody.
By the end of the day, I'm done.
Yeah, I think dinner's more intimate, more personal. Or, we'll go dinner with family. But from friends' perspective, I think.
I think my problem with dinner with anyone or just with us is because I prefer an early dinner and a lot of people don't. Like even our kids, they eat late. They eat like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I'm like,
that's
no,
European dinner time.
I can't. I would love to live in
Yeah.
Europe. I'd love to
European
live
dinner
there,
time.
but I couldn't. No.
You go in at you want dinner at 4 o'clock and
I
they'll
want
look at you and go,
4:30.
"What?
Yeah.
You must be American."
No, I'm just weird.
But it is I think when you go back to the difference between in and out, for me, I like going out to we've tried this. I like going out to one specific place, the place that we go to, and this is a shout out to Butters. It's a
their full name?
family started restaurant. I think I'm gonna have to double check this, but I think they're just here.
No, I think they're in a couple other states.
I'd have to double check,
Yeah, I'll
but
look it up. But we need the full name too. Butters Cafe.
Pancake and Cafe.
Oh God.
we should know this. We only know by Butters.
We just call it Butters.
You say, we're going to go to
It's
Butters, go to
so
Butters.
good.
Call
It's
somebody up and
so
say, hey, you
good.
want to go to Butters? And I go, yeah, we're going to Butters.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Everybody knows what it is, but
Yeah.
it's great food.
Yeah.
It caters to my allergies.
And decent prices.
Really decent
Mm-hmm.
prices in this day and age. It's used to 99% of the times it comes out perfect.
Yeah.
It's always door to door packed, busy.
Oh
That's
my
the
God.
only
That's
portion part
that's
of it.
why we have to leave early. We have to leave. We have to be there by 8 o'clock in the morning.
I think it's
because
the busiest
otherwise-
restaurant in the area. I
Yes.
mean,
Otherwise, you are waiting
An
You're
hour
an hour. If you don't get there by 8 o'clock in the morning, you're waiting an hour.
on a
So,
weekend. On a weekend.
On a weekend. Well, I think even during the week though.
I don't know if have we been there during the
Well,
week?
like I guess we've only probably done it on a holiday.
Yeah, I've only done it on a holiday.
So same difference as a weekend, I guess.
And the servers there, we have one server in
They're all real
particular.
good. They're all good.
She's
But
fantastic.
Allie is the best. Shout
Allie
out
is
to
the best.
Allie.
Shout out to Allie.
We love Allie.
Allie.
She's like our third daughter. We love her.
So yeah, I mean it's kind of a and that part of ritual and tradition. That's usually, I mean, we go out there with ourselves. We do ourselves, but not as much as we meet other people.
Yeah, we usually meet
That's our
Yeah.
go-to meet with family, meet with
Friends.
friends, that kind of a thing, because we can always be guaranteed. And we tried other places. We did. I mean, there's a couple of places that, I mean, they have commercials on TV and they're supposed to be, oh yeah, we're this, we're that, we're friendly, and we're for you. We want you to come in, and we're a family place, and it's like down home eating in your grandma's kitchen.
No,
It's not.
no, it was
absolutely not.
And they definitely weren't. Well, it wasn't like all of them weren't friendly, but the first person we dealt with was not friendly. Our waitress was nice, and that
The
was
waitress
great.
night. The food
But the
sucked.
food was awful.
The food sucked.
Awful.
And
We'll never go back.
It would be like my grandma, in my home, my grandma that hated me. There, eat that. Eat it.
Oh God.
Shut up and eat it.
Oh no.
I did not have a grandmother that did that, by the
No.
way. Just for the
You're
record.
you're just saying that's what it would have been like.
Yeah. But we've tried other places, and sometimes it takes a little bit of experimentation to go around and to find that place that you connect with. That each time you go, it feels like home.
Yeah.
When we go to Butters, Allie always comes down. Hey, how's everybody doing? And she gives Diane a hug, and she slaps me, and it is it's like coming home. That place, I would absolutely say, is like coming home.
Yes.
Just a really, really big family
Yeah.
kitchen coming home.
And noisy
And noisy.
and busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love it.
And breakfast is the catch-up meal, right? It's where you reconnect. It's where you check in. It's where you talk about life before the day kind of gets noisy. And I think that that's why we like going to breakfast with our friends and family there, because it gives us the opportunity over the table to be able to kind of catch up and connect. Because sometimes it takes 2 or 3 weeks for us. Sometimes it's been longer than that. We try to do it about every 3 weeks or so. But you get to catch up with people, because people don't catch up enough anymore, I don't think.
No, it's the days of social media and just reacting to a photo or reacting to something instead of
Yeah.
talking. So we talked about Butters, but what makes a breakfast place great for you?
Well, I'm going to give a little secret away here. Diane, when I first met her, okay, she was my server, and I go in there, she would give my table away.
I did. I did. He's a tough customer. He's a tough customer. I mean, I think you're still a tough customer only because of so many allergies, and you have to really be careful about what you get. So that's different than when we met, and you were just really picky. Like you wanted. Look, I worked at Village Inn, and God bless Village Inn. It's been around for a long, long time, and I'm sure they're going to be around for a lot longer.
We know the lady. I used to work for the lady who actually created
Village
Village Inn.
Inns. Yes. So shout out to Village Inn. Yeah, the skillets aren't what they used to be, but a lot of places aren't. So whatever. You were expecting 5-star service at a Village Inn. And I will be the first to admit I'm a horrible waitress. I am not a good waitress. I probably would be now. I think I would be now.
You would be now.
I would be
because
now because I understand.
You understand the dynamics.
The whole thing. Yeah, but I was young and
Yeah.
didn't want to be there. So I was not a good waitress. And so anyway, yeah, I gave your tables away.
That's a whole other story.
Yeah, I started giving your tables away. As soon as I saw you walk in, I'm like, do not sit in my section. But you were persistent and did what?
I followed you around.
Well, no, you didn't follow me around. That's like a stalker. But you were asked. You'd ask the managers like, "Why aren't you ever sitting me in Diane's section? Why I want to talk to her." And she even told you once. She's a model. You can just leave her alone. You don't have or something like that. What did she
And
say?
these people know as a cop because I used
Yeah,
to come in uniform.
yeah,
I mean, look, we started coming into Village Inn on breaks and
yeah.
after shift. Okay, not just me, but a group of cops. And then I started coming in on my own
Yes, you did
as well
a
because
lot.
I thought, well, I really like her and I want to get to know her and meet her. So then what I did was took the manager into the back room.
No, you did not. But I know she used to sit with you
No,
in the booth.
yeah, yeah. So it
And that was
just,
another reason I didn't want to serve you. My manager was in the booth. I mean, you know how stressful that was for
yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah. No, that's a whole
Man.
nother
So
conversation.
then you came in with your friend and said, "Oh, well, he likes you." And I was not interested in your friend. So I stayed away even more. That was a really stupid move. Just saying.
I figured that out. But hey, we're still here now, 37 and a half years later.
Yep.
So what makes a great breakfast place for me? I think what it is it's got to be number one, it's got to be good food. So when you order something and you say I would like 2 eggs over medium with hash browns and gluten-free toast with no butter and
Veggie
two
patties.
a side of veggie patties, that it comes out cooked the way it's supposed to be cooked, not overcooked, not undercooked, because we have had some of that before. Not overcooked, not undercooked,
Right.
but cooked correctly.
Yeah.
So you get the food that needs to be that. I think that not sitting there and waiting 45 minutes to get a waitress or a waiter or a
Or your
server
food.
over to even take your order because we've
Right,
done
right.
that before.
Yeah.
We sat there and they've got all these people around us and they went, "Oh, has nobody got you yet?"
Yeah.
And you kind of go, "No." So I think that makes a good place. And then check on you. I mean, look, you're paying good money, especially nowadays. It's not like you go in and get a $3 breakfast.
Nope.
Breakfast cost you for two people 50, $60 now. Come back and check on you and say, "How you doing? Can I get you anything else? How was your food? Can I fill up your drink, whether it be coffee or tea or whatever the case may be? Can I get you something else?" It is that, and don't treat it like a transaction.
Right.
Treat it like you're there to enjoy a meal at a table because although there is a transaction involved, but food is personal.
Well, you like it when they treat you like family.
Exactly. Food is personal. So treat you like family. That's why I think we like Allie so much is because Allie, and we've had waiters, servers in the past that have done that for us, that we got to know them really, really well from that perspective.
Yeah.
And it was like family. So when you go in, they know. I go in, I can trust when we have Allie, I can trust that we get a good meal, number one. Number two, my food comes out right because I have so many allergies.
Yeah.
I know that I don't have to go, okay, do I question this or do I eat it?
Right.
So I think that's what makes it great for me,
Yeah.
are those things. And the atmosphere, and they're not rushing you out. They're not, like, hurry up, get out of here so I can get other people in your seat.
Right.
So, I mean, same goes for you. Same question.
Yeah, I thought there was something else I thought of too, and it's gone. I think that I mean waiting for a table sucks, but I mean I guess you're gonna. That's why we make sure we get there at a certain time. If I'm hungry, I don't want to wait. I'm not good to wait with when I'm hungry. So that's not a good thing. I think just what you said. The food's got to be good and the service has got to be good, and I mean I think for you,
Yeah.
for me, because I was a horrible waitress, so I probably give grace to a lot of, if the server is not that great. I'm one that will give them a little bit of grace, but for you, good service and the food being good are pretty equal.
Well, but I also do understand people do have bad days. Okay, so my tolerance for good service has gotten a little
You're
better
better than you used to be.
because,
Yeah.
but if somebody's doing it, just and you can usually tell if they've had a bad day, or if they're doing it because they just really don't want to be there.
Right.
And so if we get somebody that I just don't want to be here attitude, and you can tell.
Well, you're good at turning that around for them too.
And yes, I do my best to
You
turn it around.
right.
I try to, to have
I mean, not
conversation.
that I don't try either, but I just noticed that you're kind of better at that because I'm not as much of a people person.
And it's a lot harder for us traveling
Yeah.
because when we
This is
travel,
why we don't travel.
yeah, I mean, but when we do
It's just
travel, I mean, we have to be
hard.
sure that, I do a lot of research before we go.
Yes, you do.
And when we go someplace and say, okay, well, I know I can
Mm-hmm.
eat here and I know I can eat there are some opportunities. Even when we went to Durango, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, okay, I know we can go here. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But,
Mm-hmm.
but, we've had more times it worked out because I did research
Yeah.
than there were than not.
Yeah.
We found that great bagel place in Durango next to
Mm-hmm.
the train.
Yeah. That was
That was
really
like,
good.
wow, this is really good,
Yeah. That was
kind
really
of a
good.
thing. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I keep coming back here.
And they had
Um,
gluten-free bagels.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so for me, I think that that's been really a positive thing. Let's add a little cinematic layer to this. What's the most cinematic breakfast you've ever experienced? Like,
Oh wow. Uh, cinematic breakfast. Um.
let's do it this way. Let's,
Okay.
let, let's rephrase that question.
Yeah. Please.
If your life had a breakfast scene, the one that defines you, what would that look like?
Um. Probably when you make crepes. I guess. I don't know. That's a hard question.
I'll tell you what, when you,
Give me an idea. I don't know.
well, honestly, I think when I have, look, we went to another restaurant. We were so excited that it was opening. And it was a crepe place, and I
Oh.
won't mention it, but
Mm-hmm.
it was a crepe place.
Mm-hmm.
And
And they play French cafe music.
it's supposed to be French cafe. It was literally designed to give you the French
Mm-hmm.
cafe experience.
Yeah.
And we got there, and number one, I didn't get that experience because they
No.
forgot us for a little bit, and the service was very slow, and there was no personal
Well, and it wasn't. We
attachment to
thought that
it.
it was like a sit down. I mean, it is a sit down restaurant, but it's not. You order it kind of in a line. You order it like up at the
And they
cash
bring it out
register,
to
and then
you.
they bring it out to you.
But
So
when they
that
bring it out to you, the difference was they didn't come out and say, okay, here's this. They went out and they sat it down in front of you, then they walked off.
yeah.
They didn't come back and say, okay, can I get you anything else? How was your food?
I think we needed silverware
Is
and all
everything
that. We
okay?
were.
Yeah, we didn't have
It
silverware.
was just.
I mean, it was really terrible.
Yeah, it was
And,
sad.
and then when we ate the crepes, mine was gluten free. Now, um, in France, if you order a gluten free crepe, they
Mm-hmm.
make the original crepe was made with buckwheat flour.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's a true story.
Mm-hmm.
The original crepes were made with buckwheat flour,
Okay.
and it was done so because it was easily accessible when the
Right.
other flours weren't.
Right.
It evolved over that time period. They still make it with buckwheat powder
Okay.
and buckwheat flour, but there's a process to it that makes it much better. And nowadays, for gluten free, there's so much more available for gluten free.
Right. You don't have to use buckwheat.
Yeah.
Right.
So
But
they
this
made
place did.
So they made mine. They didn't actually say what it was made of. They brought this out, and it was like cardboard, and it
Yeah.
pretty much fell apart. I have
And it
seen
was a weird color too.
very weird color.
Yeah. Not
So
appetizing.
from that perspective, I remember when I first made you a savory crepe
Mm-hmm.
because you had one there,
Mm-hmm.
and you ate it, and you went, "That is so much better than down there."
Yeah, I mean, and I actually liked the crepe I ate there. I mean, the crepe I had was good. It was fine, and it was different because I'd never had one before.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, yeah, I kind of like this idea. Maybe we can make this at home. And yeah, that was way better,
So I think that
way
that
better. That would be my cinematic, yeah.
that'd
And
be
then the birthday. I don't think it was my last birthday, but the birthday before when you made me breakfast pizza in the pizza oven. That was good.
Yeah, I think that that was a nice surprise for
Yeah.
you too because it's like that's why you got a French side of it
Mm-hmm.
and you got an Italian side of it,
Mm-hmm.
so you got that that nice little blend. Well,
Again, my waistline does not thank you for this.
that's that.
Oh, and let's just mention how you started now making all the eggs with the cream and no longer use just milk or whatever. And thank God you never used water because I don't know why
I
people
don't
do
use
that.
water.
Why do people do that? But
Even when I make my crepes, I don't use water.
and if we're out of the cream and we go back to the milk, I'm like, oh, where's the cream? Where's the cream? But yeah, again, probably not really good for losing weight. But it's so good.
But it works.
So
It
good.
just works.
Yeah.
I think that's what I like about breakfast most. It gives us that opportunity to kind of have a conversation, to open our eyes up, and your body's been sleeping all night, and hopefully sleeping all night. And when you get up, it's like you want something good, and you want to nourish yourself. And the first bite of a really good breakfast, no matter what it happens to be, is supposed to be heaven.
And we need to also be clear. We don't do this every single morning.
No, I mean,
there's a lot of time constraints.
And
during the week.
I make you breakfast burritos
You
in the morning.
you make them for me, and I take them with me. So that's,
Or a bagel sandwich.
yeah. So I mean, I probably get better breakfast than you do, more times in the week. But
Well, but even the ones that like the first time I made you one with the eggs with the cream, it's the French way of doing
yeah,
it.
you didn't tell me.
With the cream, I didn't tell you. I just wanted to see what happened.
I'll call you up and like, what the hell was that? What did you do to the eggs? You're like, what? You didn't like it? No, they're so good.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody looking next to you in the car next to you is going, "What the hell is that woman doing?"
It's just happy. Oh God.
Well, either way, I think that everybody, we should all take that moment and really kind of savor the opportunity for breakfast. Breakfast is, whether you have it for lunch, whether you have it for brunch, or whether you have breakfast for dinner.
Breakfast for dinner.
Breakfast is the way to go, right?
Yep.
Well, before you all go, we want to hear from you. Are you staying in or are you going out? What's your go-to breakfast, and who do you love sharing breakfast with? Well, not every meaningful moment in life is big or loud. Sometimes it's just quiet mornings, a cup in your hand, whether it be tea or coffee, and a conversation you didn't know that you needed. And somehow those are the moments that stay with you the longest. Breakfast just isn't about how we start the day. It's about who we share it with, right? And the small rituals that remind us we're home whenever we are. So maybe this week, slow it down, just stay a little bit longer at the table, let a morning breathe, and sometimes those are the moments that stay with us the longest, right?
Yep. Ease into the day.
That's a wrap for today's episode. I hope you found inspiration, motivation, and a few new perspectives to take with you. If you enjoyed this conversation, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow us. And stay connected. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, or your favorite listening platform. And you can go head over to YouTube and catch the full video version. You can see our pretty faces. Her pretty face, my handsome face. Have a great day. Have a great week. And thank you for being part of this community. Until next time, I'm Michael.
I'm Diane.
And this is One More Thing Before You Go.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of One More Thing Before You Go. Check out our website at beforeyougopodcast.com. You can find us as well as subscribe to the program and rate us on your favorite podcast listening platform.